Hello, you are on the Alice Reddit Stories channel. More than 90% watch my videos without a subscription. Subscribe to the channel so we always stay in touch. Enjoy watching. Story 1. I cheated on my husband and I don't feel bad. I get 28F, work for a family privately with their disabled daughter. The mother retired at the start of the pandemic, and the father, very important in his job, started to work home. I became even closer to the family. Once everything started opening back up and the father had to go back to work and start traveling again, him and I realized how close we got during the last 2 years. When I messaged him to have a safe flight, as I normally did, we just kept messaging and it didn't stop. We talked about everything. We know just about everything about each other at this point. Sometimes I know things before he tells his wife. It was harmless texts. Until he asked if I wanted something from the mall he was at. I jokingly said Victoria's Secret and said PJS. Then he just stated he wasn't going in there for just PJS, winky face, so I sent him a sports bra I liked and the size, which he bought. Various other things. Lots of texting. Photos. He gave me gift cards so I could buy new undies and bras. Always VS or Lululemon. Then started the sexting. I gave him one of my thongs to keep on him, changing them every once in a while. Then the meetups. It was the first time I kissed him, and to make things clear, I kissed him not the other way around. It was just a peck the first one, but when we were saying goodbye it was full of passion. Built up. Almost every Saturday, grocery shopping. The same routine, we would meet up at one store, do some shopping, take separate car to another store and then walk along and shop until he finished all he needed. I just get what I need from the first store. He took 2 weeks off of work this past summer. It was nice having him around again. I was then when things started at the house. Little pecks away from the camera's views. In his office when I had to ask him something about his daughter/buy something. He did a lot of hours work and one time he asked if I could help him in the basement, and I said sure, went down into his workspace and everything was done. He just wanted to kiss me. I wanted more. I took him out of his pants and started to suck. It was the first time either of us crossed that line. But I didn't want to stop. I want him to feel good. So I did. It was a great 2 weeks. Then there was an event happening, and the mother was hesitant about going. They would have to spend the night in another city. I was assuring them it was okay. I would stay over and watch their daughter so they could go. They deserved to go. They needed it. They went. The next day, the mother had to leave to pick something up and I was upstairs packing up my overnight bag, and the father came in. He kissed me, I kissed him. He pulled me over to the bed and told me to pull me pants down and I happily obliged, and he went to town. I don't think I orgasmed that hard in a long time. He was home various days since then, and in mornings I would see him before he left for work. We would kiss, hands down pants. If we were feeling extra risking I would give him a little lick. Well, 2 weeks ago I grabbed a few things for them while I was out, and I was dropping them off at their house. The mother was out. The father got there a few minutes after me. I put away the stuff I bought and helped put away his stuff. I then happily followed him downstairs, some silly excuse why, and we were kissing, and we realized after bit that there was a bed there. We went over to the bed and took our pants off and had sex. I don't feel bad. I don't regret it. The thing on my mind after was, when can we do it next? We went right back to normal right after. Story 2. Blind old Bruce spies my woman. So Bruce has been a busy boy on our island, fixing his big green truck on the marina property in front of my girlfriend's camper. One day nice old charming newfie Bruce told me all about what a great blind mechanic he was and even fixed a squeaky belt on my Toyota. Well geez, I thought, and said to my girlfriend of 5 years, we should cook the old boy a home-cooked meal since he's living on a sailboat. And so I invited him into her home. After we all had a nice meal the next day, I come to see my girlfriend helping him find a spanner he must have dropped working on his truck. And then the next day I came there after work and he was showing her how to fix her brakes. And I thought, oh gee, he sure is nice. But then a week or two later poor old Bruce forgot how he ever walked anywhere with just his cane and phone and had to hang off my girlfriend's tits every time he had to walk down 40 feet to grab another beer. I thought that was strange, but was immediately corrected. He's blind, you know. This went on for a while and I was not pleased and said as much, but that Newfie charmer had a way with my girl, and they were learning to sail with old Uncle Ken too. I thought, where's the harm in that, and I trust my woman, and hell, I was getting off work so much later than her, and for his part, he didn't work at all. But then the funny thing was, it comes to light that old Uncle Ken couldn't go sailing, and as luck would have it old Brucey boy and innocent Becky just took a dinghy out a island hopping together. And then one night I swing by late and there they are a-skulkin' down the steps from her trailer. They immediately tell M.E. how they was getting some pizza and a crumpet he must have left there after one of their adventures in the open sea. Had old Bruce not been a winnowing blind man I could have hit him. Instead I went inside while the missus led Bruce to his boat. And whoa, what did I see but the bed unmade and the light on above it. Innocent Becky swore she was just counting her pills for the week. From that point on I started writing things down that just wasn't adding up. Or really it was, but I didn't like the answer. But you know, old Bruce told me he was married and that he thought of Becky as no more than a daughter, that charming Noof. Well, things got tumultuous at home, but I was told, rest assured you must be paranoid. And it went on another couple weeks where I was asked if I would mind if silly little Bruce could sleep on the couch in her trailer because he had an aunt who sleepwalks and he couldn't get one wink. I told them both to go pound sand with a hearty, over my dead body, buddy. Then it got to a point I told the woman I love that I'd had enough, it's him or me. Well, it had nothing to do with old blind Bruce, but she had to choose herself, and that they planned to sleep out in the bay on her boat that very evening, because he hadn't shown her how to drop the anchor at night. That didn't exactly check out with me, so I went to the marina at 6 a.m. and wouldn't you know, just as puffed up as a parakeet was our friend Bruce sitting on the loading dock while she hands him a nice cup of joe. She ghosted me for a couple weeks, but we finally did talk. As it turns out, they only slept together the night we broke it off, or so the story goes. She's been sleeping on his boat now because I spat in his face and yelled at him, and everyone is afraid of what I will do. She assured me I was paranoid, and all she'd done the one night he was there coming down the steps was to get her pajamas ready for bed. If I wasn't so trusting, I'd almost think she wasn't telling the truth. Now old blind Bruce had the cops come by my place, which is funny on account of him calling me a chicken when I spat on him and told him what a low-down snake I thought he was. Don't go trusting shifty old cunning old Bruce, he's quite the charmer and forgets how to walk when he's around women. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, there are a lot of interesting stories ahead of you.